Ben Marino, and this is the Dzrt Grls.
Alright, so this time I got Dustin and Ben with me. We're going to try one last time. This is our third time. We're going to try to find those mummies that we heard about. We're just going to investigate it. And I'm skeptical, but I'm actually kind of hopeful that we'll find something. The next morning, we woke up to a chorus of birds, the loudness of which impressed me because we were camped at only a small watering hole. As the camp began to bustle with activity, breakfast began. But it was only after cooking our meals that we realized that we forgot one important thing: eating utensils. Now, through bad planning, you forget to bring a fork or a spoon. You could always do what we do. Get 2 sticks, and you got yourself some chopsticks. Marty, wish you were here. Because I don't know what the hell that is. So now we're back. And we know where to go. As you can see behind me, Black Mountain. There's no longer any snow. So it's springtime right now, and we expect to see a few animals. We've already seen quite a few animals just at nighttime on the way up. Hopefully we don't run into anything strange. I'm going to try this one more time. And so we set off to find the mummies. To recap, these mummies are not really mummies in the classical sense. They are the remains of Paiutes, and are probably no more than 200 to 300 years old.
He's on you. Don't grab him by the tail. Ah! This is a blue-belly lizard, actually. That's all it is. Just a blue-belly. Nothing special. But he climbed up Andy's leg and he freaked out a little bit. Let me see his... Okay, I got it. Let me see his belly. Yeah, that's blue. Oh, like me. Another tip when hiking: don't leave litter. Just either pick it up, put it in your pocket. If you got a backpack, put it on your side, or carry a bag with you. We don't want to destroy the desert.
Fellow desert dog Joe Perry said that about 30 years ago he came across the remains tucked in a crevice, and all that was left was a skeleton wrapped in a rabbit skin blanket. As we crossed one plateau, we found that the ground was crawling with insects. Without our entomologists, we guessed that they were some sort of winged ant or a swarm of gnats crawling on the ground. The Kawaiisu, a tribe that once resided here, took note of strange occurrences like sudden swarming of insects, and saw such phenomena as a bad omen. They called it tuuwaruugidi. The Kawaiisu believed that any unusual circumstance was a tuuwaruugidi, and that they usually meant that disaster or death had just happened or was imminent. And what's worse is that humans could do little or nothing to change the oncoming tragedy. I'm not a superstitious guy. I'm actually an avid supporter of science and skepticism. I just happen to know a little bit about the people who lived out here. When I saw the insects crawling all over the ground, the word tuuwaruugidi popped into my mind, and a chill ran down my spine. The last time we were here, Dustin had climbed a nearby hill and got a good view of the canyons leading up Black Mountain. The path that we took was determined to be the most likely route, given the limited information that we had. For instance, this canyon had plenty of sandstone compared to the others, and that corroborated well with what other accounts said. Where we are right now is the point where we'll be venturing into new territory. And we're going to run into a couple canyons. There's one canyon that Dustin saw the last time we went that he thinks is pretty promising. 20,000 mummies. It was shortly after climbing this crevice that I realized how unlikely it was that people would drag a corpse up this canyon, which was rapidly becoming very difficult terrain and beginning to fatigue us. Realizing that the original goal was futile, the goal changed from finding the remains of a Paiute Indian to reaching the top of Black Mountain. We were almost at the top too, maybe just another hour, but our water supply was depleted. Our dogs were limping. I was limping. We just had two choices. Either make it back to our camp and live, or die on top of a mountain in the middle of the desert. We were very high up Black Mountain too, and our camp was 3 hours away. It was a difficult choice because we were so close, but because we had no water in the middle of the desert, the best course of action was, of course, to head back. Three hours later, my leg felt like it was going to fall off. Finally, at camp, we opened our modest supply of liquor to medicate the pain in our limbs.
Me and Andy are gonna do a shot of pure gin. We don't normally drink gin. It's not that good. It tastes like
cat pissed on a tree.
No, it's like pine tree needles, like a Christmas tree sap, like you're drinking it or something. That's what it tastes like. It's like pine needles. It's really gross.
And as we drank, we reminisced about our many treks and about the many people out there who do similar things.
We got a little more organized. We got checklists of stuff that we should pack in the truck. We have 2 different ways that we come out here, but it's the bare minimum to survive, because you don't want to like carry 70 pounds worth of stuff, but it's the bare minimum so that you can go out and hike for 2 days and come back.
I noticed is that when I try to talk about it, especially when I like bring up the word like archaeology, their eyes just kind of glaze over.
Yeah, because
but if I said something like, oh, you know, we saw Britney Spears out here or something, they'd be, oh, what? Britney Spears? Like, oh. The next day, as we headed back, we found a gopher snake.
Snake.
What?
Yeah.
Was it, what kind of snake?
Like a gopher snake. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but a gopher snake is an excellent way to train your dog on snakes in general. If the snake bites, the dog will learn to keep its distance from snakes, which comes in handy in the event your dog encounters a rattlesnake. Someone out there will probably dismiss this as cruelty to animals, but I see it as a utilitarian act. This is Andrew Perry. Let's try and keep it reasonable out there. This is a shout out to adventurespace.com and the adventure crew, the Dzrt Grls,
Nice.
the Antelope Valley Haunts, and Digital Desert, Panamint Charlie.
Ooh.
You guys are the shiznit. And I'm drinking gin right now, so
You are the
we all rock.